us just had instant chemistry when we met each other. It was like instantaneous. You know, this was filmed in 2020, like right in the peak fire of the pandemic. So we were in our own little bubbles, and then we got to leave our bubbles to start this bubble. And David Leitch created such a great environment for us to go and slap each other around and like figure out what our characters' interactions were going to be on this train. So it was pretty natural.
Yeah, it came along, the script came along at that really dark period of lockdown before we had vaccinations, before we didn't know how we were going to get out. And it just seemed like, I mean, it was so damn funny. It just seemed like the perfect salve for that time and this time, and it's great it's coming out now that we're out on the streets again and can be around each other. So one last thing, too, I'll add about the script was it had so many great parts in it that we were going to draw a really great cast, and that was true.
100%. The characters jumped off the page, and we were all excited the minute we read it, so it's exciting.
Aaron, Joey?
Oh, I was like, dang, they kind of covered it.
I was just sitting back. I was like, yep, that sums it up.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this was a script that just gave so many great opportunities. It was just these characters are so brilliantly bombastic, and you know, with David Leitch and this heightened reality, you know, just allowed us to really want to explore and play. I mean, it's got a lot of light in it, and you know, great cast, you know. So it was an instant like, I want to be a part of this one, and so you know, it was extraordinary.
On the page, the characters were really wacko, but these guys took it to a whole nother level.
100%.
True.
I never envisioned it would turn out as crazy, but I'm glad it did. I mean, it's always, as a choreographer, you want to put constraints on yourself. You want a problem to solve in the choreography. So, you know, the box of the train was like daunting, but I think it presented those opportunities to make it fun. So, you know, the choreography team, we put together an amazing team of guys, and they were up for the challenge. We created environments inside the train so you could have different props and weapons to play with, and you know, just to make sure that you would keep it fresh and original. But again, the constraints lead to creativity, and I think that I like that as a choreographer.
I gotta say that was a big thing for me. It was like the feeling of claustrophobia, like, and these contained sort of spaces allowed us to kind of you use that with our characters. And then David Leitch is so brilliant. Like, there's this great sequence with Brad and Brian, and they've got a fight sequence in by the table and in the chairs, but then it's the quiet zone, and then there's someone's telling them to be quiet, and then they're going to beat each other, but they got to hold that. You know, it's just so many layers of confrontation and conflict, and it's stuff like that we played with, and it really allowed us, it was just sort of, you know, acting sort of gold. It was just, you know, giving us a challenge constantly every day, so that was great.
Well, that comes with the territory. Aaron, you may want to take that one.
Boo-boo.
Yeah.
I got a really good boo-boo. It was a Brad Pitt, like, jump kicked me and then landed on my hand and sliced it open, and now I've got my, like, Fight Club scar. But it should be there. It's about there. But anyway, it's really cool. It's all good. It's all good.
It was really the wooziness of the...
Yeah, then I passed out. But that's the movie, that one. We only got it once.
It comes with the territory. We all really wanted to get in there and do our fights, except Brad. But for the most part, we all were getting in there. Like, with David Leitch gives you something with the David Leitch touch on it, you want to do it. You know, you want to get in there and commit as much as you can. And I think we all like had a lot of rage coming in because we were stuck in our houses. So beating each other up was the most cathartic thing. So, it was great.
So, any bruises?
I opened a door on my thigh one day on set, and I started bleeding, and I still have the scar to prove it. So that's my bullet train scar story.
I was fine. No problem.
He was fine.
Yo,
Whatever.
Dave Leitch. Dave comes from the stunt world. Dave actually was my stunt double, stuntman for me in '98 for Fight Club. We met on Fight Club.
Yep.
And he trained me for the fights. And it worked so well. We went on to with that pairing till about '04 with a bunch of other films, and then he left me to do other things. And now it's come back around for a full circle, so it's really nice for me to have him as the boss now.
It's been a blast. I can't say it's been a blast. We had a great time.
Dream come true.